Okay, so I guess I'm live. Welcome everyone. I'm not sure if my microphone is working correctly because I've been messing up with my setup for previous streams and all the other stuff. So if there is something wrong, just let me know. Other than that, we will slowly start getting going. So first of all, I apologize for some extra noise in the background because I need to keep my window open, otherwise my room will overheat and this little bottle of cold beer will not be enough for this live stream. And second, I don't yet have a good quality web camera to actually show you what will be in the boxes in very big details, and also I don't think I have good enough quality camera to show you how I assemble a computer, so it will be just unboxing. We will see what I will get there, and I will tell you why I have got it and how I have got it. But first of all, I would like to say thank you for everyone, because I am here only because of you. And if there would not be views, if there would not be subscribers, likes and comments, I would not have anything of this. Recently, rather often, I'm getting some sponsors offers where different kind of shady CD keys and game keys, or rather online games, are trying to advertise on my channel, and I would feel really bad to try to sell you some shady game keys or CD keys, or try to tell you how I'm playing in yet another wonderful and awesome Vikings game, which I didn't even start, and get paid for that. Thus, I'm very thankful for everyone who is supporting me, who is sticking on the channel, and for those little donations that I get every now and then. And these donations are always spent to buy some extra stuff for YouTube and to make some extra content. In the future, if I will be able to grow and get more donations or maybe more support, I will start to spend this money maybe for myself, but for now it all goes to the YouTube. So here I have got some boxes, and I will start slowly unboxing, but first I will see if I get any comments in the chat that I need to answer before that. Everything works great, thank you. And yes, thank you for double checking it for me. And the stream is about to start, that's correct. First of all, let's appreciate the nice shirt you are wearing. It is a traditional Ukrainian shirt, and I have a small unboxing clip on my Mikun's clip channel. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And I'm trying to connect with Gabriele from MirComputers. He is my Italian partner, to be able to have some sort of a joint stream so we can talk together, and I can be busy unboxing and he can say something interesting. The thing is that he doesn't seem to be joining. Please let me know if my keyboard is too clicky, if it is annoying, so I will stop that. And it seems like I'm getting response. Okay, nice. So Falco is a friend of Gabriele and he might be joining. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it connected. I was noticing the fresh haircut also. Yes, unfortunately, I not only got a fresh haircut, but I also got under the rain right after getting the fresh haircut. So it was a little bit disappointing, but it's fine. I like nature. So let's start with this simple box. This is from Amazon, and I think I know what it is, but let's get it open and see if I'm correct. Yes. This one is Intel Core i7-12700K. I have bought it to be able to test my AMD Instinct GPUs because it has integrated iGPU, and of course it is not going to bottleneck any of the graphics cards I'm gonna test, and maybe in the future I will put it into my computer instead of the current i9-10850K that I have in my computer. So I'm going to try to join with Falco and see if that works, and for that I need to close my current video camera and accept his call. Hello, can you hear me? So while I'm waiting for Falco to get connected, we might see some interruptions on the stream. Hello. Okay, I think I need to enable you to the stream, but we can't see you.
I can see you. We can see ourselves.
Okay, well, I think I will skip for now because it just shows me the loading screen and that doesn't work, unfortunately.
Oh.
Okay, I will shut down it for now. So let me get back to my original setup because the call on Discord didn't work. And my beautiful terroristic cat is also here. He sometimes helping me doing unboxing, but this time he just wants to get in and out. Okay, so the cat is out and probably the dog is gonna terrorize him there instead. Okay, here looks nice too, thank you. He is very quiet. Okay, anyway, let's go back to unboxing. So the next box will be this one. It's from AliExpress. I think I know what is inside, but I'm not quite sure. So let's get it open. I have my favorite knife, which is older than me. So let's get it cut through and see what I have got in there. I think this one will have some LJ1151 mutants, but I'm not sure. It's a bit annoying to cut through because I had to put this paper on top so I don't expose like the order number and other important details. So let's get it done. Okay, let's see if I can get it open. It seems like it's still stuck somewhere. Yeah, probably this side as well. Okay. So it came with this nice bubble wrap, so at least nothing is gonna be damaged, or hopefully nothing is damaged. And inside the bubble wrap we also have this food plastic wrap. I don't know why Chinese really love this like food plastic wrap, but it works, so why not? Tell me if it sounds a little bit too much on the stream when I am unwrapping this thing. So I will just take scissors and cut it through instead of wrapping it right next to the microphone. Would I please talk a little about X99 CH8 motherboard? There will be a full video test results with this motherboard. My cat is back. He's very interested in every new box. So here is the first CPU I have got. I have got a screwdriver and the other CPU. So both of the CPUs are the same and I will show just one. This is i7-8700B. This is a mutant which I bought for my ASRock H310C AM DVS motherboard. That is a very simple and very cheap motherboard. So inside the box I have got this, the CPU itself. Then the seller put some thermal paste and this nice box which is protecting the CPU nice. I think this CPU will be perfect for the cheap motherboard and maybe I will make a video about it if there will be enough interest, but otherwise I will just use it to sell the motherboard. So the next box is gonna be this one. And this is something I wanted for really long time, but I could not afford it. And now, thanks to you, with you using some of my AliExpress affiliated links, I was able to collect some money to buy this thing. So let me get it open and show you what I have got in there. It's also coming from Amazon, and with Amazon recently I have some argues because they are not providing proper invoices. Okay, so the box, and let's take stuff out from the box. The main thing is this Sony camera. The camera itself cost about 750 euros, and it is rather expensive. I cannot afford to just go and buy it, but with your help I was able to collect enough and then add some of my money and buy it. So the main reason why I bought this Sony ZV-1 vlogging camera is because it is able to shoot 1000 FPS videos. And why I want that is because I have heard from many people that they have switched from X99 to LJ1200 or LJ1151 Mutant because of the lags with their Xeon CPU and because of the lags with their Xeon computers. Just in desktop, just in Excel, they say that it has lags, and LJ1151 or LJ1200 does not have lags. So this camera will help me make a very detailed video about comparing the input lag on X99 and Mutants as well as LJ1200, the recent Intel platform, and see if these claims of input lag are actually real or fake. And of course, having the proper camera will help me make much better quality videos. So for this camera, I have also got this stand. This stand itself cost almost 200 euros. So, but hopefully it's gonna help me as well. And the last one is just the SD card, so nothing fancy in there. So now I will put everything aside so I have place for the giant box with the graphics cards. And we're gonna go into the interesting stuff. And the box does not fit with my keyboard over here, so I will do like this. So here is the black box. I have got this box from Slovakia, and it is coming from a company called W Store. They had an eBay shop where they were selling some different graphics cards from AMD, and I wanted to win a bidding, but they had a package of 5 graphics cards, and I could not afford buying 5 of them for the bidding that went up that high. So instead, what I did, I have texted them and asked if they have more. Maybe I can buy just one because I want to make a video about it. Then they have checked my YouTube channel and said that they are sending me 3 graphics cards for free if I make a video about it. And to be honest, I was very skeptical about it. I didn't believe that they are actually legit and going to send me 3 graphics cards for free just for me to make a video about it. But after talking to them and discussing some stuff, I started to believe that they are legit. And now we're having this box. So I don't know if I actually got graphics cards or something else. So we are gonna check it out. The first box is out. I'm gonna put it on the side and take the next ones. So inside here it looks like this. I need to cut this plastic a little bit more, which is very annoying. My colleague was joking and saying that these black boxes might be containing a bomb. So hopefully it's not a bomb, but if my live stream suddenly ends, you know why. So okay, now it's out. So the box, I actually have got some pictures from their store where they have thousands of graphics cards in boxes, and they say that they have in total more than 3,000 graphics cards, and they all are old AMD graphics cards which are no longer supported by AMD, so they bought old stock. I don't know how much they have paid, but they have got like thousands of these graphics cards, and they need to sell them. Of course, to check their validity, I have also placed an order from my separate account through my friend to see if they actually gonna ship me the graphics card or no, if I am just going to their website and buying it and not participating as a YouTuber. So here is some sort of a bag, we will see what's in there. And here is one more bag and nothing more in here. So my cat is gonna be entertained there. I will put this one aside first. And let's take a look at this one, what I have got in here. A bag inside a bag inside a bag. Doesn't look like a graphics card, or does it? Let's cut it through and see. Okay, and here, and come on, get out of there. One more side, here we are. And yes, this is definitely a graphics card, but it is an MXM graphics card. They really liked my video about the NVIDIA P106M MXM module, so they sent me this. And this one is also an MXM module. And this one's supposed to be AMD something like FirePro S7100, but in MXM format. So what exactly does it say here? ATI technologies, not even AMD technologies. Let's see, made in China, but I don't see the specific model. Okay, I have found specific model. It's S7100X MXM 8 GB graphics card. I'm not sure if you can read it because my webcam is rather shitty, but here how it looks like. And according to the online benchmarks, or according to what I was able to find about this graphics card, it's supposed to perform very close to AMD RX 470. So it should be a very good value for the laptops. Someone is calling me. I think Gabriele is trying to reach out, so I will try to get connected with him again. And meanwhile, I will put this one aside and try to get connected with Gabriele. Okay, so Gabriele is back to Macintosh. He hates Windows. Let's see if I can call him and maybe we can have video chat this time. Somehow he always has bad luck with Windows. Okay, hi Gabriele. Can you say something?
Yes, here I am.
Perfect, yes. Okay, I will hide your video for now because I'm busy unboxing, but after I'm done unboxing, I will show your video on the stream. At least we can talk now.
Yeah, I was watching, of course.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, as you know.
Guys there on the stream, please tell me how it goes with the sound. Can you hear Gabriele as well, or it's just me? Anyway, here comes the next box, which I'm gonna open up. I'm not sure what it is inside this one, but I can actually see. Okay, so it is Fiji Radeon Instinct MI8. So I wanted this graphics card because MI8 is obviously short of MirConst, and I also think this graphics card just looks awesome. Let me try to get it open so it doesn't fall out immediately and see if we can show it. Yeah, seems like I have opened it the wrong way, so I will flip. So here it is, and they did not lie. It is absolutely new, so they have got it from old stock. I don't see any signs of wear, and it seems like even the plastic is here. I just need to figure out how to take it out when I don't have leverage of the table. So this MI8, yes, Gabriele?
My guess is they didn't sold that much. It's all about the support for scientific workloads, because AMD tried so hard to get into this enterprise market with those high performance compute GPUs, and they are actually very capable. If you look at the performance, like double precision performance, they were way above everything that NVIDIA could sell at the time, and they are all, like the new cars, they're always much better in compute applications. I guess up to the new generation, because now with the latest Ampere, I guess, I don't remember now the code name for the 3000 series, now they're in parity. But before the latest 30 series, AMD has always been on top with compute performance. But the problem is just that they don't have any software support. Their software stack is not up to the task.
And actually, this MI8, it doesn't even have official drivers for Windows. But inside here, we have the same graphics card as AMD Radeon Fury X. So we have a hope that me and Gabriele can figure out how to make it work. And Gabriele, I have some good news for you. Look there and tell me what you see.
It's obviously the same PCB, and I also can see maybe a display out.
Exactly. There is a DisplayPort output hidden by this bracket. So unlike Tesla's, we have a video output on this graphics card. And I have my hopes that it's actually going to work, because it might be there just for artificial purposes. But anyway, even if we can't make it work, I believe that this MI8 will have a gorgeous plate on my wall.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
my guess is that there wouldn't be no need for them to actually lock anything out of this graphic card. It's not like Nvidia that they like to segmentate the market that much.
I happen to have a 47.
Yeah.
We connect the hidden HDMI port by soldering some wires on the PCB. Do you remember?
Yeah, exactly. So the Falco here, he was able to get the use of a mining card and get it to display output. So as long as the drivers, you can probably mod the drivers. We can probably use the modded drivers, which is going to be actually useful anyway, because GCN 3.0 is not supported anymore officially. So we have to use some modded drivers, and we just have to hope that the modded drivers recognize the card, and then we can see if we just need to flash the BIOS. But as long as this card was selling for a much higher price than the Nano and the Fury cards, there would make no sense for them to lock it out. That's my hope, at least.
Yeah, that's my hope as well, but you never know, because, enterprise market is a different story. So, this is one more graphics card, which is also brand new. It even has, like, the original sealing. And this one is AMD FirePro S9300 X2. So this is a dual GPU graphics card, which might be a real pain to make it working, but we still have hopes.
I am very curious about the reason why those cards didn't come into hands of miners before, because this card, it's not super power efficient, but back like three or 4 months ago, anything would make profit in the current situation.
Potential to data mine.
And you know what? There is a mini DisplayPort output on this one as well.
Wow.
That's very nice. And here you can see that it's rather power hungry. It takes two 8-pin power connectors. And of course, there are no fans. So this is a completely passive cooler, and it's designed to be installed into server racks, which would blow air from here and then blow out. So some sort of a modding would be required to make it cool. So let's have a short little recap. I have got this dual GPU Radeon FirePro S9300 X2. Then I have got this Radeon MI8, which I really love and really hope to make it work. And finally, I have got this MXM module of S7100, S7100X MXM module, 8 GB of video memory, which is awesome. And extra, I have ordered with my personal money one extra graphics card from them, just to validate that they are actually going to ship it to me. It has not yet arrived, but at least I have got a receipt, I have got a secure PayPal transaction, so I have my hopes that they are completely legit. And with this, I think I will try to switch to Discord, so Gabriele, you will be visible as well. And I will see if I have some questions to answer. I might need to restart my Discord because it's not very friendly with the webcam. Gabriele, I will disconnect and connect again.
Okay.
Okay. So now it seems to be working fine.
Yeah, it's on. We are on macOS now. That's why.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I get some questions to answer. And people, please, if you're asking me something, please add me so I know that it is about me or towards me. I see some nice comments, very much thank you for that, but I don't think I need to answer them as those are no questions.
So we have a streamer that might come with us as well from Italy.
Okay.
It's called Saddi. He's quite popular here in Italy, and he's very curious as well.
Wow.
So if you can find him in a friend's request, and he can join us.
Let me see. Yeah, I might actually see him in friend's request. Pending. No, that's from some spam. I got a friend request, not from him.
No, it's Saddi.
Can you send me
kind
the
of deleted user or something like that.
Yeah, it says deleted user.
Yeah. It's the undercover account if he doesn't do this way, he receives 300 calls a day.
Okay.
So that's the nickname.
It's a
Okay.
popular
Don't worry.
Okay. Well, anyway, let me show the VW Store website where I actually bought the graphics card and from where I got them. So it is this website. And as you can see, they also have... I need to fix it. Okay. No, it still doesn't want to be there. Okay, now it wants to be there. Fine.
I will put the link in the chat.
Of course, and I also have got a promotion code from them, and the promotion code is MirConst30. I will provide all the info in the pinned comment later on after the video. And if you use the promotion code, you will get 30% discount for your purchases. But before I receive the graphics card, which I have bought with my personal money behind the scene, I cannot recommend you to just jump and buy. But if you want to risk, then feel free to use my discount code to get 30% discount. So this is the graphics card that I have bought for myself. This is a FirePro 7150, which is extremely similar to the MXM module I have got, but it is done in the desktop format, and it also has active cooling, so it shall not be a problem. And we can also see, no, we don't see it on this picture, but on the other real pictures, you can see that the graphics card also has a DisplayPort output behind this I/O bracket. So it shall be possible to use this as a standalone graphics card, even though I'm not sure if we can make it work like that. So what else they have got here? Of course, they have got the MI8 and the MXM module. They also have S7100 X2 and S7150 with the passive cooler. What do you think, Gabriele? Should...
Well, the passive one doesn't make any sense, but I'm suspect that also this one is not very promising, as in the amount of cooling. GCN is quite power hungry, so
It's very bad, very thin.
it's a 1U unit because they're made to work in servers. They're gonna be very, very loud. But yeah, I love undervolting, so I might as well get one of those. I mean, I actually got 5 of those, I think. So I will see if maybe undervolting we can make use of the integrated cooler.
Yeah.
But I'm not very sure about that. So I see a lot of questions. Some of those have already been addressed at the beginning of the video. And so if you want to start, my first question is actually, for myself, I never seen any dual GPU BIOS based on the Fiji-Core on the consumer market, but most of these cards are actually the same PCB as the retail cards, with just some probably tweaked power limits. So that's why we are very trustworthy that they're gonna work. We think they're gonna work because the PCB is very similar. It's the same PCB, just a different power limit probably, and some different features enabled in the BIOS.
Yeah.
It's not just the same PCB, but it's also the same GPU die physically. Like this one, for example.
That's for sure.
Different.
It's the same in the Tesla M40. It's a 980 Ti PCB. All the changes are some little resistors that enable or disable some features. Back then, it would have been like possible probably to just buy an M40 and then buy a Titan, and if you can figure out the values for all the transistors, you would probably have been able to make an M40 out yourself. But lucky enough for NVIDIA, those kind of solutions would not be trusted in a production environment. But other than that, they're probably going to be the same, even for NVIDIA cards. And on the AMD sides, I'm quite sure that they're not even thinking that much about locking the cards. That's my guess. As you can see, this card didn't even sell that much in the first place.
Yeah, and the thing is that AMD had to keep stock of these cards according to the contracts to whom they have supplied the cards in case of replacement. And as soon as the contract is over, they just bailed all of these cards to some sort of connections that they have got to just get them sold. And these guys just bought a pile of them and now trying to resell them and earn some money on it, which is completely perfectly fine for us as long as they are not scamming people. And so far, I tend to believe that they are pretty legit.
Yeah, I mean, why would this go through so much hassle? Even though, like, we had a mining craze up to last week. It's a very bad time for them to start selling those cards.
Exactly.
For them.
They just have lost it.
They barely lost it.
But
here in Italy, Tesla M40 are becoming very popular because of Saddi videos and our video that we made.
Yeah.
So we are getting a lot of questions about Tesla cars. They're getting very popular, and so far people seems to be quite happy with the Teslas.
To the point they exhausted the
eBay
of all the cars.
actually, I have got a spike of views in my Tesla M40 stream with you after recent views and after these cards went on sale at on eBay. Like right now, they are getting down in price a lot, so I'm getting more and more views for this particular stream because people can buy Tesla M40 and make it work.
Were you able to invite Saddi to the video?
Sure. You can invite him. I'm trying to see where I have saved pictures where they sent me.
Invito io, e non ce l'ho io però. Se no non posso invitare.
Ce l'ho di più.
Parla non italiano.
I'm talking to him. We're trying to get the other guy in.
Okay.
So yeah, back to the questions. People were asking what are we going to do with those cards. Well, we're going to try to play on those, of course. Maybe do some DaVinci Resolve, because AMD cards are very good with DaVinci Resolve. Much better than Maxwell and Pascal cards. So because the whole point of this is that while it's a bit late for the mining craze time, so prices are coming back to normal. In general, AMD cards tend to go better with the DirectX 12 titles. And the Tesla M40 is a Maxwell graphic card, so it has a massive VRAM buffer, it has a massive die, but it's a card that is very, very good with DirectX 11, but not that good with DirectX 12. So these Radeon cards are probably going to serve a different purpose, I guess. They are different beasts. They play with different games, and it's good to have choice, and it's good to have like they will drive the price down also for other Teslas. So it's gonna be good for everyone if we can make it work.
As you can see, they have sent me this picture with the boxes of the graphics cards. It's when I was asking to send me something. Here is another picture, and one more picture. It's just when they received the shipments. So, and I have received one of these boxes, so I don't think they are scamming people. And also on the eBay store. Let me take their eBay store. So this is the eBay store. They have 401 feedback score, and it is positive. So I really doubt that they are scamming people. And here we can see that if you're not feeling safe enough to buy graphics card from the store, which is wstore.sk, then you can just buy from eBay and get the eBay buyer's protection. And of course, I'm going to send a link to the eBay store in the chat as well. My experience rocking a Quadro P600 with a Tesla M4 have been very positive. Yes, Quadro plus Tesla is a very nice combination. So, I think I'm gonna be back with my beautiful or not very beautiful face, since we have covered basically everything we had to cover in this video. If you're interested to see something more, just let me know. But that's what I wanted to show on this live stream, because I was not sure if I actually got the graphics cards in the box. As we can see, I have got it, and I'm feeling excited to start testing them.
So you didn't set up any test system just to see if they show?
I had set up a test system, but the thing is that I need to install the CPU first, then install the CPU cooler. But let's see, if people are interested to see any of these GPUs in action, please send thumbs up in the YouTube chat, and then I will do it live. Otherwise, I will end up stream here and keep you updated later on.
Not now. Saturday is coming.
Wow.
That time to end the stream, man.
Yeah, I know. Vega 64 and Vega 56 are next generation after this Fiji. This is a Fiji graphics card, which is the same as R9 Fury and R9 Fury X. So MI8 is not the same as Vega.
Yeah, they're the previous generation, and actually 2 generations before. They're very similar in the construction because they have HBM memory. So that means that they have like a very, very fast connection to the memory, and that makes them also very good for any kind of memory calculations, like, for example, mining or any scientific calculation. So that's why those cards on paper, they were awesome for any kind of scientific workload. But they failed to work because of the lack of driver support. Actually, the framework support, like, NVIDIA get started with the CUDA a long time ago.
Yeah.
In 2006 or 7, I remember. So they had a huge head start in the whole enterprise business, and that's what get them, like, they got started earlier, and they just got the market so early, and everyone is locked in the CUDA ecosystem. So that's why those cards are never heard of, basically. Not even in the server space where they should be heard of, not even in the enterprise space. And so it doesn't surprise me that those ended up like brand new in box for sale.
One of the main reasons.
So can we say hi to Sadi?
Hi everyone. Hi. I think that's because my microphone. Because my microphone is not very good, but I'm not in.
It's every night.
I'm not in my best shape or or in streaming mood. I'm sorry.
I think I have just muted myself before I said that I need to have at least 10 thumbs ups in the video chat if you want to see this being tested live. Otherwise, I will end up stream here and do it all behind the scenes and then post a video review about the card. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, need 6 more.
So Sandy made a video about the M40
Yeah, me too.
on his channel after he came to our lab and saw it working.
I found Gabriele works inspiring.
Gabriele sometimes can be inspiring and sometimes can be depressing.
No.
Annoying, I'd say.
No.
I'm depressing. I'm just really annoying.
Annoying. It's much more real.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just need 1 more thumbs up and I will be testing it live. Okay, I have got 1 more thumbs up. So Then you need to bear with me for a few minutes because I need to clean up the place here and put my test bench over here so I can be here and testing it here. Meanwhile, Gabriele is gonna keep you entertained.
So I was talking to Falco about how we found out about the Tesla,
Yeah.
and I remember that we came to the same conclusion at the same time because we were. It's all started with a guy that was posting a video about the K80 on DaVinci Resolve, which ended up to be a very bad idea because Kepler cards are awful nowadays. They're even worse in DaVinci, and he basically got nothing done with DaVinci Resolve. I mean, he got them to work, but the performance was very bad, and it was only working for some modes and with the old version of the Resolve. But yeah, we came around with the same. We came around with the same video, and we were both wondering. We know Kepler was bad, but Maxwell was very good. So we were looking for the Maxwell version of that card, and basically one day one of our Chinese sellers that we used to get our crazy stuff contacted us with a deal about the M40, and we got them to we got him to ship some samples. He messed up the shipping.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I actually bought 5 of those just because I was so excited.
So sure,
Same thing with those guys with the AMD cards. I bought 5 of those just because I got excited with the stuff.
confident it would work. Yes.
For gaming, they will keep me warm in my mining rig. So I have a use for those anyway. So yeah,
And
the guy from China got the shipment wrong, so you got the samples first. You got the whole shipment that was destined to me, and yeah, we found out it was working very fine with the M40. I bought another box of those. I actually ended up buying, I think, about 25 cards, and they were very useful to me because one thing that they do is that they enable me to sell Hackintosh that works to the iGPU. And I can then use the Tesla only in Windows, and I don't need to swap the connectors from the motherboard to the GPU to play games.
Yeah.
And
On the M40 is very easy compared to the difficulty of the K20.
yeah, that's a big.
That was my procedure to enable that. It is still not perfect as used with 2 NVIDIA cards, one NVIDIA card for display.
Yes.
The kind of 710, 730. It doesn't seem to work very well. I tried yesterday for one fellow on Telegram, and with a Quadro it is impossible to make it work at all.
I think actually, yeah, with the Kepler card.
With a Kepler card, it was a Quadro 2000. It was impossible to
The
make
Kepler
it work.
2000, I think it's Fermi card. That might be the reason.
Maybe, but
So-
so use the same drivers. Anything you try to do,
Yeah, but the
would
different
still the drivers one to another.
Yeah, that's. We don't know actually if there's any implementation of the DirectX pass-through that works through the AMD drivers, because we know that most.
I experimentally it worked one time. It was
that's-
made on.
That's with the Maxwell card, but that's with the NVIDIA card. But what I'm talking about is we don't know if the AMD card is integrated in the second die. No, we don't. I'm talking about
we don't still know if it will work. The Instinct model seems promising because it has a video connector.
Yeah, they all have the video
And
connector.
this is
But
what I did in the past. But the other cards, it's hard to say if it
They all
will.
have video out. So Sandy, you don't know if you watch the stream.
Yes.
So you see that those cards already have one connector each enabled, soldered on the card.
My only concern is about that AMD have some strange and weird behavior in the last times, like with the
I am back.
6500 XT. That not only have a less PCI Express lane, but also it lacks of hardware
That's
video
not gonna
encoding.
happen. Those are the same PCB as the retail cards. So that's not
But my concern is about the lack of some components like the video hardware encoding, like in
that's even on the Tesla. The Tesla doesn't have them enabled.
It's true.
Uh,
Well,
and uh, and I don't know if there is also some other components missing from this card because I really don't know them. But I think that they
It
are.
wouldn't make any sense for them to lock anything out.
Well,
Because they don't. It would be like those cars sell for much higher prices, and they have a totally different target market, and it wouldn't make sense for them to lock them out
well, that's true, but
outside of softer modes.
in the LX 4770 mining, they kept the HDMI connector from working by removing the four capacitor and SMD capacitors with no reason.
Yeah, that's something we should do. We should.
That it's an example of no-brainer project for blocking a card from doing what's capable.
But that's very. I mean, it's not a really
We
silicon problem. Like if you just have to switch some soldering points, it's still gonna be something that you can do.
Yes, tricky, but it's doable.
I am very confident that they will work right in a server environment, like with GPU pass-through and some virtual machine. I don't think they will have any problem to work. I think that's
But also with the same mode as the Tesla does. Like if you get the iGPU to output.
Yes.
There's no reason if it works for the Tesla to don't work for the FirePro.
We don't know. We don't know about that because I mean, I think that
If it tweaks or the problems show up.
all those modes are probably they're working because of the laptop modes. Like they're made for laptops, probably for Optimus laptops. All of this pass through to the iGPU, and AMD has a similar technology. It's called Enduro, I think, and so they also have that.
Okay,
I
guys.
personally had a.
I am about to fire up my i7-12700K first without a graphics card just to make sure that it works. But I will.
Yeah, I just want to see the GPU Z.
Yes, exactly. That we know. I need to add my video capture card output to the stream so people can also see it. Okay, so far we have no signal, but I am about to start this thingy and see if it actually boots into the Windows. And while it is booting into the Windows, I will go and take keyboard and mouse because apparently I decided that I don't need it for testing.
okay. That's the keyboard. Will be just
Signal
as
now?
important as the other components right now. Without the keyboard, it's very difficult to make it work.
So far my MSI motherboard lights up with the CPU LED. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to clear CMOS and see if that helps. So I will do the simple way, just pull out the battery and see if that helps. So here is the battery.
Simple way is the best way.
Yeah, because if it does not start out without the graphics card, there is no point to test it with a graphics card. It also might be that I have over-tightened the cooler, but that's usually not possible with Noctua coolers. So I will just take a few rotations back and see if we get anything. Okay, now I put the battery back and there will be another attempt to get this started. Okay, let's see. Nothing yet. And still the same CPU LED lighting up. That's annoying.
It could be the RAM, so try with one stick. Sometimes CPU LED will turn on. Also,
Okay, I think it's
RAM problem.
moving a little bit. Maybe, maybe not.
Is the Tesla the Instinct card inside already?
No. I'm first trying just to get it started.
Okay.
No graphics card connected, but no luck. So I'm gonna pull out all the memory sticks, except of one, and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, I will have to reset the CPU, which is very annoying.
Nobody expected the said Inquisition.
Yeah. Well, let's see if removing all sticks of RAM except of one does anything. Nope. It's still the same CPU LED. That's frustrating. Do you think I need to update BIOS on my motherboard to support 12700K?
No, it's one of the first GPUs to get released. So, I mean, I was using the i5s with the early BIOSes, no problem. So
Yes, you can use also the last CPU.
I am just going to check it just to make sure. So MSI Z690A Pro DDR6 going to specification.
that's not gonna be the problem, man. I'm telling you.
C supported processors. Well, I know that it's probably not it is, but it's still better to check
Fire
before.
up your own computer. Get your own computer to be the guinea pig.
Well, then I will have to end the stream and start it again, and that's not what I want.
Oh, that's true.
Okay,
Oh,
I will
not-
try
that's not good
to
thing to do.
reset the CPU and see if that changes anything. But if that doesn't change anything, well then it's too bad. Live stream testing didn't work.
People don't see this part of your job, of our job.
Yes,
You just
it
get
is.
new parts for the build, and then something is dead on arrival.
And,
There's
well,
nothing you can do about it.
It's not funny.
And those things happen with the Chinese stuff we get from AliExpress. It does also happen with the branded official stuff. So
Yep,
I have
unfortunately.
the pleasure and the pain to try the first 1200 CPU of Intel, 12,000 CPU of Intel with the first, I think, alpha BIOS. It was a pain. It was really a pain with the DDR5 support that just was no support.
Well,
And also the cooler problem is a massive problem in the beginning.
I think it's still a problem with the
Yes.
fact that they use like a very cheap design for a massive socket.
Yeah, the stuff cooler is terrible.
That's always a given for Intel.
Worst ever, I can say with no doubt. The worst ever cooler was the 12 generation Intel, which does nothing. We can say so.
The
Okay.
problem with those CPU that I can cool those CPU only with a 200 euro cooler, because with any other cooler I always have an hotspot of like 90 degree, and because the plate, the IHS, it's it's different from what we see in the consumer market.
Yeah.
From
It's
in
stretch and
20
longer,
years, and it cannot pressure all the point of the IHS, and you can see it physically. If you push on the cooler, you will see the temperature go down
yeah.
in some point and go up in some others.
a classic problem with bad thermal interface Intel inside the CPU.
I think that's more of an issue with the fact that they have like
The EHS.
the EHS is a different shape, and it's not like socket to 2011 and 2066. They are much sturdier, so you can make a lot. You can apply a lot more pressure, and they will not bend.
Yes.
But then now they're using like
It's very thin IHS, and it's rectangular. So when you push the cooler, it will bend for sure.
yeah, because they don't have any backplate. if they did like in the Xeons, where you have a massive CPU spreader, but you also have a massive backplate,
Yes.
you can apply much better pressure.
Well, yes, 2 days ago, I had a lucky assembly of one of those CPUs using the thermal light macho with
That was
an
fine.
official mounting also because it was the
I think we could try to show it, but
yes because
it's not very pretty.
I mounted a thermal light macho 120 FB with non-standard
We
plate.
use I think we use some AMD parts even.
I mounted as I could, and it was
This is my friend for a reason. We have to do junky stuff.
65
my friend
degrees
too.
and
My friend too.
95.
Yeah, it's like we're Italians who just want things to make some
See,
transactions.
yeah.
The thing about
So
Italians
fine.
is that everyone is a friend for you.
Parts, like Lego for the mounting.
Okay, seems like reseating the CPU actually worked, so I'm going to put everything back and see if it's gonna start up, because if it's not gonna start up, I will be pissed. The motherboard is brand new, the CPU is brand new, and if it doesn't start up, well, what I will say, damn on you, Intel. So,
This is thing we and Sadi and Gabriele usually say to.
I usually say it on all. I don't, but I say it for everything.
well, I have some people on the live stream. I wonder if any of you would be interested to have some gaming sessions every now and then, and which game would you want to play? So, I'm gonna put this gigantic Noctua heatsink back, and hopefully it's gonna start up this time. But first I need to mount the fan back to the cooler. Yep, all good. Putting it back onto the CPU because you don't want to have 12th gen without a cooler. And I forgot to install this mounting bracket, so I need to put this one back as well.
Wait,
Your
if
CPU
it-
is quite hot.
If it is cold, it also could be a solution. It will generate a lot of heat, for sure.
Do you have any CPUs from the modern era which can be run without a CPU cooler? Except of
Well-
Raspberry Pi, that doesn't count.
Well, if you are in a very cold environment, why not? No.
Whatever works.
So I saw some very some very exciting experiment with some mobile CPU that you can adjust to desktop motherboard, and I think you can run for simple tasks without cooler. There are
Yeah, that's something that Mikos, that Konstantin pioneered. That's where we got him. We got everything from him, of course. He's the one.
He's the one. I remember seeing his video when I was studying for the Tesla. So I have also a piece of his knowledge in me.
Okay.
Yeah. He made the videos about those mutant. They call mutant CPUs.
Yeah.
The very good point is that we made a lot of builds for my clients with the mutant CPU and the Tesla, because it's a very good budget combo. And also, like, if you're going junky, why don't you go double junky? If you're gonna make some contraption, why I don't have more contraption? I do Hackintosh with the mutant CPUs and Tesla inside. So that's triple junky. That's triple weird.
Oh
I
yeah,
had
we
that.
have a video output from my video capture card. So it's booting. Let's see. First I need to boot up the system with the no Radeon Instinct installed and just see that it's actually working. And since it
Yes.
is the first time I'm
In the
starting...
meanwhile, can you start drilling the hole for the video output? Can you take out the mounting?
yeah. Come on, first let's see if it's actually working at all. Like, you are demanding too much. Okay, I need to fix the display settings and okay, it needs to pick up drivers. Come on. It is Intel UHD. I have Intel drivers. Get yourself fixed.
Oh, it doesn't work that way. I mean,
Oh, that's Windows 11.
Yeah, it's Windows 11. I think I might also need to give it internet connection so it gets up the drivers. So one more moment, I'll be right back.
keep in mind, we had this problem with the test. We are with our test benches, with the test disks. That if you have like the UHD 630 and the UHD 770, they have the same driver. But if you just swap the disk, sometimes they get like a crazy error and you have to actually uninstall the driver. It doesn't work just to reboot.
Well, I
didn't
have
happen in the
connected internet right now, so
Yeah, but it's not like that. It's similar to the AMD drivers. You have the same issue. If you have the AMD driver on the system, and you change the AMD card to a different generation, it will just mess up with the driver, and you will not be able to get a new driver installed unless you uninstall the card first.
Install with DDU and then.
No, you don't need to do DDU, but you just go to the device manager and uninstall it.
and
It
seems
just
like
doesn't pick it up automatically.
I can't
it.
even connect my network without installing network drivers. Like, what the heck? Windows does not know the drivers for Z690
When you
chipset.
towers, Wi-Fi, yeah. No man, just reboot. Just shut it down. Put the Instinct card in, and show us GPU Z.
Oh, this won't happen without internet.
Why not GPU Z? You can have it on.
Well,
on
it is
your
it is
USB
going to be
stick.
so boring because they can't even pick up drivers from the internet. That would be what's interesting. I just gonna download the LAN drivers for my motherboard and install it. Like, what's the big fuss? People wanted to test live, they have to suffer because we are suffering like this basically every time, every day we need to test some shit. It's just enormous amount of work.
We have some like 3 or 4 test drives in our
That's
room,
live.
and we just put them in the system, and they all have a lot of drivers. Then at some point they die because they have too much drivers on them, and they start to get so many problems. So every 2 or 3 months you have to just erase them and start from new.
It's for the famous X99 disk.
Let's just say that X99 disk is still around. I think yeah, it's here, just in front of me. It's been like for
Like
more than 6 months.
three
It has problems.
reverse video, audio, mainboard.
Yeah, this SSD is a real bitch.
Gabriele,
People can see this. Yeah.
this Windows installation I have prepared specifically for this test. It was made on a B560 motherboard, not B660. So it shall be pretty similar, but apparently it's similar but not similar. So
The Wi-Fi should be
network card is for sure. The network card is different.
yeah,
That's for sure.
so I have
the
Intel
Wi-Fi card-
network.
Also because network cards often use also external chips like Realtek
No.
stuff.
This is all Intel, I think.
Usually it's all
All
Intel,
Intel.
but it doesn't work.
Okay, well, now I have drivers, so I'm at least gonna attempt to install drivers so we can fix the screen and then finally try the MI8 inside. Install drivers and software. Yes, I want to install drivers. If I click install, it means yes. Don't ask me about that. And it is also very frustrating when the games are always asking you if you want to run a benchmark. Even if you're running 3 benchmarks in a row, they need to ask you 3 times.
Well, I also hate it when games require you to input 3 or 4 times that you want to play the game. You launch the game, then you have to click, and click,
Yeah,
and yeah.
that is also utterly annoying. Okay, so now we have internet in my test machine, and I can eject this one. And let's see if Windows is going to pick up drivers for the new shit. Now it is searching for updates. All good. What we need is at least video drivers for the UHD 770, which is found in the 12th gen Intel CPUs. After that, after this sheet is being downloaded, I can install it. And once it's installed, I can install the MI8 and see what we got from there. Meanwhile, I think I can minimize it so people can see both us and the test system. Like this. And probably it's time to read some questions and answer. Maybe you broke the CPU with the made in Austria Noctua cooler. No, I don't think I broke the CPU. It might be something wrong because the motherboard was used to test the engineering sample i9-12900, that QX-Q3 from AliExpress. I'm actually still disputing with AliExpress because I want my money back. And the shipping back was so long because of the Chinese New Year. And the seller is sending a counterclaim saying that the CPU did not arrive back. So back and forth. Are you sure? Yeah, I like this comment. Are you sure? Really, really sure. Okay, but you need to run as administrator. That's exactly what you get sometimes. And also, for example, when I want to test a game in, for example, 1080p, 1440p, high details, and ultra high details, if I, let's say, take Assassin's Creed games, whenever I change any of these, it's telling me, game needs a restart to apply your changes. And I just like, why? Okay, anyway, we have fixed our video, and with the drivers I will bother later on. Let's see if I can fix the display settings. No, I still can't fix the display settings.
To restart the computer, just shut it down and put the card on side already.
No, I'm gonna let you wait. Let's see if we update the drivers for Intel UHD. Yeah. It's getting updated.
He is the real streamer, he knows the
Yeah,
hype.
fine. So now we have UHD 770, that's all good. And now I'm gonna power this machine off and install MI8 inside. So stay tuned. But before that, I need a few sips of this little drink.
Magic
I'm
water.
just drinking water.
Magic water.
Oh, that water is so bad.
So here
Water
is this
makes
beautiful card, and I guess I need to peel off
I love
this
it.
protective plastic of it, so it
Why don't
doesn't
you already
completely
take off
overheat
also the
and
back
burn.
plate?
Let me see if I can peel it off on the camera, because I know that people find it satisfying.
ASMR.
Yes.
Sexy GPU chip.
Now
Instinct
it's naked.
MI8. I just love how this card looks.
Yes, me too. I can't wait to undervolt that thing.
Okay, now
I really
the,
like it.
this one is gonna
I
go
am-
inside.
It's gonna love undervolting. Can you take out the back plate, the bracket already?
It's taking a bit long.
Guess what? It's not gonna go inside, because I need to go to the BIOS and enable iGPU.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because if you have an onboard graphics, the motherboard will
Will it have-
automatically disable iGPU.
It doesn't happen with the Tesla.
I don't think it will recognize it as a.
It
discrete
always
CPU.
happened for me as a Tesla, so I need to set this as IGD,
Never happens. to you.
integrated graphics card. So now I need to save and exit. And
Could happen, but not so often.
okay, when it's
I mean,
started, I
if
can
that
just power it off.
happens, it's a good sign that maybe the display out will work. So why don't you take out?
The bracket.
Nah.
That's-
That's for another time. Okay, putting it in the machine.
So Sandy, which car do you want? Did you see the list?
I have to choose. It's a very difficult choice.
Is one of them for me? One is for Falco and one is for you.
But I hope to come soon to Milano and try some other cars together.
Okay, if you want, Maybe we can do a stream with all the three cards that we get.
And I
We
am
can
back.
test all of them.
So,
that will be a good content.
moment to start it up. It starts. Let's see. It's trying to initialize. Seems like it's booting. Yes, I see something on the screen. Nice. The screen went black, but we're still booting. Okay. And the first thing, GPU Z or GPU Z. Who prefers which one?
GPU Z.
I think it is both correct, but it is fun to see how Brits and Americans are arguing if it's a GPU Z or GPU Z. Okay, so nothing.
Sadly.
Nothing.
Sadly.
For me, it's GPU Z.
Okay, let's see if we have anything in the device manager.
Nope. Is GPZ.
Nothing. Okay,
What?
MSI driver installer, like, go close yourself. I didn't ask for that. Let's...
Well, do you mean unknown devices?
No unknown devices. Maybe it's because it's on PCI Express 5. I don't know.
Oh,
But
sad.
it's just absolutely nothing.
No.
Let me see
Maybe
if I
your
can...
driver, so maybe.
I think it's Fiverr.
No, it's device manager. That's bad.
Okay, let me power it off and try to connect it to the chipset PCI Express lanes.
Somewhere else. There's another place.
I'm stupid. I did not connect power to the graphics card.
Oh,
You get very bad words from me if you were my employee.
Don't worry, you cannot afford me.
that could be a problem. That could be a problem.
Gabriele, don't worry, you can't afford to have me as an employee.
I didn't want to say that because I was having high hopes for you.
If I did something like this, you
But I need to tease you, right?
from Sweden, but without the Discord connection.
The motherboard doesn't seem to like it. It is going for a reboot.
That's memory training again.
It's a standard PCI Express connector, right?
Yes, it's still staying on PCI Express connector, and I think the motherboard is attempting to send video output to the MI8 because I did not see the BIOS and we see the Windows booting screen.
Yeah.
What? No! Okay, so let's repeat the story all over again. Starting GPU Z and the GPU Z at the same time. That's how it happens. And let's see what we have here. AMD R9 Fury series. Perfect. What we see? GPU Z thinks it is Fury R9. Okay, let's make a look up.
No,
And-
not even any tinkering needed.
There is no suspense in this work. It was like mounting a
Look at
normal
this.
video card.
Look at this. It just
This is
works.
a delusion
Okay.
for me. It's too easy for me.
No work for us? That's too easy.
Okay, AMD R9 Fury drivers. Let's get the drivers. No, I don't want previous drivers. I want current drivers. I guess I need to go AMD drivers, download. Okay, going to the official AMD page. And what we have here, graphics
are slightly lower.
Maybe
R9, AMD R9 series, R9 Fury, R9 Fury X. So we submit Windows 10 64-bit and Radeon drivers. Download. Now you need to bear with my pathetic internet connection. I have only 10 megabits per second. It just works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just works.
Well, we'll see.
Just
We'll see.
buy
We'll see.
it.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. But I see that AMD drivers are
Nano.
AMD drivers are actually picking it up. Let's see what we see in the task manager. R9 Fury. Damn it! It's an R9 Fury, 4 gigs. I love this graphics card. Let's see if the AMD drivers are working, and if they do work, the next thing will be I will try to connect display output to the MI8 and see if that works.
I think it will just work.
Okay.
I think,
I hope it will
I
work.
think it will just work because if it recognizes it like an R9 Fury.
Yeah, but first let me try to install the latest drivers and see how that goes.
Man, isn't it like so perfect? Like 1000 megahertz memory, 1000 megahertz core, everything perfectly balanced.
You know what's imperfect here is the beautiful cooler, which doesn't cool.
Yeah, you have to take out the plate.
Yeah, unfortunately it has the passive cooler, so okay, while this thing is downloading the stuff, I am going to search for AMD Radeon Instinct MI8 just to see, okay, why my screen went black? Probably because of that, yeah, because AMD drivers. Okay, let's see if AMD drivers are actually recognizing this as R9 Fury or they are gonna complain. MI8, and the screen goes black again. I guess it is, yes, it is updating drivers. So let's go to the tech power up. Where is I guess I need to search for specs, and the screen goes black again. AMD drivers are messing up with us, and again. But and what the heck, like how many times does it have to flicker? I can't do anything, it's just so laggy while the driver's installation is in progress. But I guess I'm not supposed to do. Okay, let's disable this one and let's just have a quick restart. And I do like this. Restart. And then we can also try to use MSI Afterburner to see if the core clock is locked or unlocked. Like video E52660V3. Is the MI8 card passive cooled? Yes, unfortunately the MI8 card is passive cooled. It is very sad, but I think we will have to figure out how to actively cool it. Maybe just print some sort of a 3D adapter to put fans at the behind, and I will see if the card actually has some fan connectors on the PCB, so we can connect fans to there.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
If they didn't bother with anything basic on the even on the software side, they sure didn't bother to lock out the fan control.
Let's see if AMD drivers are actually gonna start, because yes, they are starting. Awesome.
Is this what I print for my Tesla M40?
Okay, here I can skip this quick setup bullshit. Let's go to there.
Because you can, it doesn't mean you should.
Settings, performance. Now, where do we have the specification? Is it in graphics? No, it's not in graphics. Devices. Like seriously, I remember. Okay, so here it is. It's in the performance. So we have some sort of a tuning. Let's see. Okay. So fan tuning disabled, GPU tuning disabled, but let's try to enable max frequency. Can we adjust that? We will see that in a minute. Power tuning, we can enable that. Okay, let's try to apply that. And let's see what MSI Afterburner is gonna tell us. With the fan zip tied on top of it. Unfortunately, with the fan zip tied on top of it is not going to work because it has a beautiful shroud which will block all airflow. So, AMD R9 Fury series. Awesome. Let's see if I can run MSI Combustor with this thing. So first I go into display settings, advanced. No, I need to go to the graphics. And here I need to update preferences for MSI Combustor to run it with a R9 Fury. Okay, so it's saved. Let's see if I can actually start it like that. Okay, so R9 Fury is selected. Go close yourself and let's see if we can run a stress test. No, we can't run the stress test, it just crashes. So I'm going to power off the computer and try to connect the monitor to my MI8 and see if that changes anything. So
that's the funny part.
Exactly. Gabriele, you're responsible to keep people entertained while I do the boring stuff.
The pants. I don't remember that. Whatever. No, really. Yeah, I wanted to skip all the other steps and just go with the display out and everything. But yeah, we were talking about value now. So now that we know, I mean, that we are quite sure it's gonna work, we should talk about value. So how much should this thing cost to make it worth it? And it's very strange to think about it because the market is changing very fast. So this consideration is gonna change drastically. Because if you told me about this 2 weeks ago, I would have said 200 euros. Now it's 150, and maybe next week it's gonna be 100 because I recently bought a 570 4GB, which has a very similar performance and efficiency to this card, but has 4 display outputs, and I paid 200 euros for that. So it depends. I think the Fury is gonna be slightly better than the 570 4GB, or slightly worse depending on the game, but has
it's like 590. Fury is like 590.
Yeah, but that's 4GB of RAM. So you.
Yes, but it's HBM, which is much more effective.
But that's already come into consideration when you consider the performance.
Yeah.
The point is that you're not gonna be able to get use of those.
There are some games you maybe have some issues, but if you use the HBM correctly, 4 gigs of HBM are like 8
No,
gigs of
that's not true. That doesn't work like that.
Gabriele, the problem is that with HBM2, this thing...
So guys, here you can see the beautiful and the only display port on this graphics card. It is a shame that it's just one, but we have a very big hope that this one is going to work. I just need to find my display port to HDMI adapter so I can use it with my video capture card. So this one, display port, goes into MI8 and HDMI will be for my video capture card.
I think this card gonna kill it on mining. HBM2 are so efficient.
Yeah, you have to mine Ravencoin on this.
Ravencoin, Ethereum Classic. I also think the Newton coin you can mine very easily. That's a lot. Photonic Bitcoin. That's a lot of coin. You can have a big advantage with HBM. That's gonna be the problem for this card for me.
Yeah.
Someone make it work.
I mean, you didn't have to do anything in the first place to get it working with mining because this guy was mining already, no problem.
Yes, but if someone know that it will work, it will.
I think that miners already knew about that. I think that the only problem that they had is that those cards were not available for sale, and it's probably about the contract that Constantine was talking about.
Yes.
The fact that those cards were locked for some kind of contract
for distributors.
But I've seen the auctions online, and the MI8 was the one that was going for the lowest amount of money, because I think people were still like favoring the 8GB frame buffer to mine Ethereum. Now that the cryptocurrencies is crashed and everything, we have to see. But yeah, the Nano is very power efficient. While the other cards, the other cards have 8 gigs of RAM, or maybe even 16 gigs of RAM. Some of them, they are way less efficient. So maybe they're gonna end in the hand of miner. They're gonna be more similar to the M20, the M40. So they're gonna be very good to play high resolution gaming and a high quality gaming with a lot of VRAM. While the Nano is better suited for maybe esports, where you want a lot of FPS and you keep the data very low, like Warzone. If you want to play Warzone, you will play at lower settings to get like maybe 100 and more FPS with this card, which the M40 cannot do. The M40 in my testing was having almost no difference between like medium to high settings and lower settings, because you were basically tie it to the, I guess the core clock, something like that, was keeping the frames low.
Voila!
The details.
We are running it.
That was easy.
Yes, it just works.
Almost boring.
Just works.
I love this graphics card. I'm thinking to buy myself 5.
You better hurry up. They're gonna rise the price.
Exactly.
Because of some shitty YouTuber that got their word out.
Yeah, I think I probably need to go and curse myself for not buying them before making a video about it. But you know what? It's all for you, my viewers, and I would not be able to have this free package if you would not be supporting me, if you would not be subscribing to my channel, because otherwise I would be nobody and they would just tell me, nah, we are not interested. So anyone who is willing to buy any graphics card from these guys, please remember that you can get 30% discount by using MirComputers30 promo code.
That's huge.
So, and we can see that the temperatures are actually not getting as bad as I would think, even though it is a completely passive cooler right now. Running this MSI combustor for over the minute, the temps are going just over 80 degrees Celsius, so it's not as bad, but of course I'm not going to torture it more without active cooling. What's interesting, what's interesting is to check if we can actually change, the clock frequency, because that would be amazing. So I'm gonna put MSI Afterburner here, GPUs out with sensors. Yeah, that would be also awesome. And we also have power limits, we have temp limits, core clock. Okay, let's start this MSI combustor again. And just for the sake of try, increase the core clock to, let's say, 1027 and see if that changes anything. MSI Afterburner believes that the core clock has applied, but I think we're thermally throttling. Yeah, so we're thermally throttling, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run and take a very noisy fan and put it by the GPU so it cools down.
Now. Keep that shroud off. Naked, naked, naked.
I think you just need to print something like this, maybe something older. Add
Yeah, he has them already.
Add 240mm pen, and it will work like a charm.
So turn off your ears because this server fan is really noisy, and get ready for that. I just need to figure out where I can connect it. I always used your AliExpress links for my purchases there. Thank you very much. The AliExpress links helped me to earn some money to buy my Sony ZV-1 video camera, which I'm planning to use for latency testing with the Xeon CPUs, so that helps a lot. Now let me connect this fan and see if I need to hold it or it can just be there, and if it's going to be bearable for the stream.
Guys, it was a pleasure to be with you, but for me, it's time to go.
So you have got the most interesting part, and then now you are like, okay, bye-bye, I'm going to buy all the graphics cards.
No,
Something to do with buying some graphics cards.
I'm gonna buy it like I think I will find the 8GB version. I will buy it like 30 and make a mining farm.
Please don't. We are all sick of mining. Like, no damn mining. Just let it be for the gamers.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I will not. But I think it's a beautiful thing of this shortage is that we are trying new things. We are trying new experience. We are trying new workaround to make it game, and that's a beautiful thing. That's what I like.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so we can safely assume that the clock frequency can be adjusted in MSI Afterburner. You just need to make proper cooling. Like, I am trying to cool it down, but it's pretty hard. But when it was 74 degrees Celsius, the clocks went up from 1000 2027 megahertz. So, anyone, any more ideas of what to test? Do you want me to install another Tesla now? Or, sorry, another Radeon graphics now?
I want. Okay, Constantine, I will salute you too.
See you. Thanks for showing up.
See you next time, and we will speak again with WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Bye. Ciao, Gabriele.
So, why do I love the card so much? Is first, because it is MI8 and it's just aligning with my name. And second, it looks beautiful. And third, it just works.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I think this is more than enough reasons to love this card. But at the same time, we are out of pleasure to tweak with it and figure out what to do, how to make it work.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to try to increase clock frequency even higher to like 1050 and see if that helps. Okay, let's say
That's
10.
AMD. Actually, AMD doesn't lock you out. They don't bother.
1057 also works. Yeah. Overclocking with this card works with MSI Afterburner. So
this is the real, it just works.
yeah, I'm going to reset it to the defaults just in case. The next thing will be to figure out the cooling for this graphics card.
Rip out the shrug.
Yeah, and can't send to where? San Andreas in YouTube is saying that cannot send to Nor. And Nor, do you mean Norway or? I would like to see the mobile one, but that might be hard. It's not actually hard because I have MXM to PCI Express X1 adapter and I also have an HP machine with a proper MXM slot, and you can watch about this in my previous video about NVIDIA P106M MXM graphics card. But of course, without a cooling on the graphics card, I'm not going to even attempt to start it. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be it. Thank you everyone for joining today, and it seems like I will be busy producing some more interesting content in the near future. If you're planning to buy any graphics cards from wstore.sk, make sure to use a promo code MirConst30 to get 30% discount, which is huge. And with that, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I hope it was interesting. Bye bye. Gabriele, thanks for joining, bye bye.
Good work for any guys.